Let me say something that might sound a little disappointing. Most problems don't get solved because we don't actually understand them. We react, we patch things, we throw people at them, we add steps, and we add pressure. But the problem keeps coming back. Why? Because we're treating symptoms, not causes. That's exactly what the analyze stage is about. By this point, we've already done two important things. We define the problem clearly and we measure what's actually happening. Now comes the real question: why is this happening? Not what it looks like, not what people think, but what's actually driving the problem. Because if you don't get this right, everything you do next is just guessing. This is one of the most important concepts in the entire course: the difference between a symptom and a root cause. A symptom is what you see: long wait times, delays, errors. A root cause is what creates that outcome. Let me give it to you as an example. Symptom: lab results are delayed. Quick reaction: tell the lab to work faster. But that doesn't fix anything because the real issue might be samples sitting too long before transport, incomplete orders, or workflow timing problems. If you don't fix the cause, the problem never goes away. So, how do we find the root causes? Well, we start by asking a simple question: why? And then we keep asking it. Not once, not twice, but until we can't go any deeper. This is often called the five whys technique. Example: problem: medications are given late. Why? Because they arrive late from the pharmacy. Why? Because orders spike at shift change. Why? Because physicians enter orders at the end of rounds. Now we're getting somewhere. This isn't about people being slow, it's about how the system has been designed. Here's something important: Lean Six Sigma is not about blaming people, it's about fixing processes. Most problems are not caused by individuals, they're caused by poor workflows, bad timing, unclear systems. If your solution is people need to try harder, then you haven't realized that the problem has not been analyzed. When problems get complex, we need a way to organize our thinking. One common tool is the cause and effect diagram. It's also known as the fishbone diagram. This diagram helps us group possible causes into different categories like people, process, equipment, environment, policies, instead of random ideas. Here we start to see the structure, and that helps us focus our investigation. Now, here's the reality: not all causes matter equally. Usually, a small number of factors create most of the problems. This is known as the Pareto principle or the 80-20 rule. For example, you might find late patients, rooms not ready, providers running behind, but when you look at the data, you realize two of those causes are responsible for most delays. That's where you focus. Not everywhere, just where it counts. Another thing we looked for in Analyze is bottlenecks. This is where work piles up, where things slow down, where everything gets stuck. It could be one person handling too much, one step taking too long, or one system limiting flow. And once you find that bottleneck, you found a major opportunity. Here's what discipline matters: it's not enough to think you found the cause, you need to prove it with data. You compare different times, different teams, different conditions, and you confirm, is this really where the problem is? Because if it's not, you're about to fix the wrong thing. Now, a few mistakes to watch for: jumping to conclusions too quickly, stopping at the first why, blaming individuals, ignoring patterns in variation. This stage requires patience. You're digging, not guessing. By the end of the analyze stage, you should know what's actually causing the problem, which causes matter most, and where to focus your effort. Now you're not reacting anymore. You're understanding the system. And that prepares you for the next step, the improve stage. That's where we take these insights and start designing solutions that actually work.